Well, it started when I immigrated here when I was 19 years old. So I attended school here, graduate, then start business. I work hard, and it's not easy, but I immigrated here in 1972. So it's been a while. And after several years, and my business kick off and pick up, and it was doing good. So I was able to retire early. And so I started to volunteer. I volunteered with the police department. I was a reserve for Alhambra PD. Then I volunteered with different organizations. So we tried to give back to the community. And eventually you run into things that you don't really like what the city council was doing. So I say, I better change that. So I get involved and run for the city council. And luckily I got in. The population right now in 2010, because they do census every 10 years. In 2010, we have about 58,000 people. Okay, and our Arcadia is 11 square mile territory-wise. And right now, 2020, I would guess probably about 60,000 people in Arcadia. And right now, majority actually Chinese or Asian. I would say about 60%. Arcadia, we have a big immigrant from Taiwan in the first group, and then from Hong Kong, and the third group is from China, immigrant to Arcadia. So when they first came in, of course they need help because of the lack of communication, language barrier. I decided, well, we better reach out to run for council so we can make the change. And now we have police officers speak Chinese, with different departments that have Mandarin speaking. Well, I want to help the Chinese community, also help them assimilate into the Caucasian, into the mainstream society. Because without getting involved, they don't really know what's going on. Once you can communicate with the all Acadian, and they know our culture, and then we can work together more harmoniously. Arcadia have very good school district, and that's why a lot of Asian, Chinese, Japanese, a lot of people like to immigrate into Arcadia, because most of people concerned about the kids' education. And the reason Arcadia's education is good is because all the parents get involved. Because you notice that if the parents are involved, you know what the teacher is teaching, what the school is teaching. So the parents know, so the kid has to behave.
So do you think the Chinese immigrants, as well as all the other Asian immigrants, help the education environment here?
Yes, definitely. Because most of people in Arcadia High School, you notice that before, they are more focused on the sport team, the football team, basketball team. And once all the Chinese immigrants come in here, they have a peak of time. They're very difficult to find the sports player, because they just want to study. Most of the parents, they want the kid to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer. That's it, So that's why they push the kids really hard. And also we have a lot of after school care. You notice that in Arcadia we have lots of after school care, because the kids go to school first, then after school they send them to the after school care. So basically you don't have any time for other sports. Now it's different because now it's more balanced. Because right now the university, they actually want the kid to be well balanced, not just academic. We have 60% of Chinese, that means we have 60% of Chinese investment. Economy-wise, because we focus on community home, Arcadia community home. So we try to, the general plan is keep everything like a business district, centrally located. The rest of it is residential. So we have a Westfield Mall, it's a regional mall, shopping mall. And we have a racetrack for racing, horse racing. And the Huntington Drive is almost like a corridor for business in Baldwin. And the south side will be Las Tunas. And we have all kind of business, but we are more centrally located. So it does not affect all the residential area. Well, we have a hospital here, Arcadia Methodist Hospital. It's a non-profit. Play golf, we have a golf course. So every 10 years we have to do a general plan to do zoning plan, where to change, where to modify, things like that. So people like Arcadia. Okay, our biggest thing is we don't have our own health department, public health department. Like Pasadena, they have their own public health department. LA County is the one that we use, LA Health Department. So whatever the guideline they use, we follow their guideline. So even though Pasadena, they have different guideline than LA, but we follow LA guideline. When they shut down the economy, most of people know is the stores suffering. Those people that we have a program right now, we try to help them to get back on their feet. But that's say we do have a lot of people that buy things online, like Amazon, and Arcadia is do a lot of purchase online. So right, we're still okay with as far as the sales tax goes. The ways the Arcadia work, we want to make sure it's a good place to live and raise a kid and no crime. This is our biggest thing. And right now the issue is, the state of California, of course, they have a lot of issue with the homeless people. Of course, we get our share of homeless people here, and they have different guidelines about how to treat homeless people. That's a big thing. So I like to solve the problem of the homeless people and see what we can do for them and give them the help they deserve.